All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Bryant, joined with meteorologist Danielle Moss, meteorologist Trevor Burchett, and we wanted to get online because the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, has issued a tornado watch for the entire area until 8 o'clock tonight. So this is a situation where things can go downhill quickly, and we are already seeing some storms develop, or at least some cells develop anyway, and these are some we have to watch very, very carefully. Thank you, Samora, for turning on the camera monitor. I do appreciate that. All right, let's turn off the watch because it is everybody until 8 o'clock tonight. And Danielle, why don't we zoom into this one in Quitman County right now? These are the storms, Trevor and I have been talking about this, these are the storms that really develop out ahead of the main line that you have to watch carefully. If you remember back in that horrible tornado situation in December, it's cells like these that develop out ahead of the main line, and there's so much energy in here because unlike the last 3 or 4 events, rain did not help us out overnight or this morning. So there is energy out here, and these cells that pop first, we have to, here's another one right here south of Batesville that we'll have to watch carefully also. So that's the picture. No warnings right now. A watch means conditions are favorable. A warning means that one has been sighted either by a trained spotter or by radar. Now, let's time this out for you because a lot of people have been asking about that. This is basically right now at noon. This line will be getting close to East Arkansas or into East Arkansas by 2 o'clock. Now, these cells out here, out ahead of this main line right there, these are the ones we have to watch carefully and closely. These could develop into supercell thunderstorms, and it's oftentimes those storms that have the strong tornadoes, the long track tornadoes over a very large period. Or a long swath. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it is concerning, and it's something we have to watch. So that line moves into East Arkansas in between 1 and 2 o'clock. Let's advance it up until it gets to the Mississippi River, and in between 2:30 and 4. It looks like the heaviest part of this storm system is going to be moving into Memphis and metropolitan Memphis, and then shifting east as the afternoon goes along. So what can you expect? High winds, some rain that's going to come down so hard, it's going to be hard to drive, and we could have winds that are just throwing the rain around horizontally where you can't see, and the possibility of tornadoes. What can you do to stay safe? Make sure you're not driving in this, and if a warning is issued, make sure you're on the lowest level of whatever building you are in, including an apartment, office complex, or a house. Here are those tornado tips. Interior room is the best place to be, away from windows. Put your shoes on, cover your head, and have your ID with you and any medications that you need with you as well. And this is a good time also to tell you, if you live in a mobile home, you need to watch the radar carefully. If you have your phone, we'll be online and on the air if a tornado warning is issued. Of course, we're just online right now trying to prepare everybody, but you need to know where the closest, sturdiest shelter is to you where you live. And if a warning is issued for your area or the county to your west, and it looks like you're about to go under a warning, you need to get out, because this is a situation where mobile homes cannot survive tornadoes and really strong winds too. So there are some of our tornado safety tips, and we'll be using these as we go along throughout the day. One other very important thing that you can do right now, if you don't already have it, is download our app, ABC 24, completely free, instant notification. Certainly helps you on a day like today when a warning could pop at any point. Also, friends, family, if they don't have it and they're out and about and you're watching us right now, call them and let them know whenever they can pull over safely to download our app so they can be in the know and be ahead of this storm system to remain safe. That is our #1 goal here, and our highest priority is to keep everybody safe and out of harm's way without panicking you. So we're not trying to scare you unnecessarily, but we are preparing you, and we are going to be here with you. There are a number of schools that are closing early today, which I said last night is a great call. Whoever makes these decisions to let out school early, kudos to you, hats off to you, and for those who did not, something to think about in the future. So, Danielle, Trevor, whoever has the list, why don't we bring everybody up to speed with which schools are canceling early? And one more note to our booth, camera's still not on. If you could come out here and pop that on, it's still in black. So, guys, take it away.
Well, John, we have a plethora of school closings all across the Mid-South. Lakeland school system, they closed at 11:30. The elementary school closed at 12:15. Lafayette County School District closed at 12. KIPP Memphis, 12:45. Juvenile Court of Memphis and Shelby County closing at 12:45. Jackson State Community Colleges, they closed at 1. Haywood County Schools closed at 12:30, as well as Hardin County Schools closing at 1. Germantown Municipal School District, they close at 11:30. Riverdale School, Dogwood Elementary, Farmington Elementary, Forest Hill Elementary, they are all closing at 12:15. DeSoto County Schools, they have early dismissal. Dyersburg City Schools, they close at 11:30. So there's a number of these schools that have closed at 11:30 or 12. If you have not made it to get your child, now is a great time to do that. Also, we have the full list of school closings on our website. It's on the first page. It's right under our forecast post. That's the best way for you to see it in case you are concerned about picking up any of your children. And that's the best way for you to keep safe as well. The earlier you can get them, the better it will be, because like John said, we are anticipating this line making it into Memphis around 3 or 4 o'clock. So just go ahead and get to your safe spot as quick as possible.
Trevor, I know you've been watching this situation as well. We've been talking about it for days, and you were taking a look at it this weekend. What are you noticing right now about the system that people need to know about?
Well, I'll tell you this, and I'll step over to the video wall and just kind of talk about this a little bit, guys, in the back, if we want to switch that over. What we're kind of most concerned about right now is we've been telling you over and over again that this line of storms was going to roll through, and it is. You see it there, setting up Little Rock down to Arkansas and Louisiana. But something that is happening right now that is a little bit more concerning is that we are getting some development out ahead of that line, which is typically a much more favorable environment for severe weather to develop. So what's happening is we're getting that very strong southerly wind, which you've been feeling all day today. It's bringing in all kind of moisture, all kind of energy, and any one of those little storms, if it can pop up ahead of the main line of storms, which is back in Arkansas right now, those are going to pose a higher risk for severe weather and a higher potential for tornadoes. Everybody has a threat to see damaging winds today, 60, 70, maybe 80 miles an hour, which can do just as much damage as a tornado. But we're gonna really have to watch for those cells that fire up ahead of the line. We've already got some action in southeastern Arkansas. That is definitely concerning and could lead to a higher tornado potential, especially in northern Mississippi. Now, don't get me wrong, when this line comes through, it's going to be windy, and that line could also produce tornadoes. But the highest tornado potential is going to be in any little cell that pops up out ahead of it. Danielle, if you don't mind, could you just scoot this down just a little bit? I just want to talk about Louisiana because this is what's coming our way. There aren't any warnings right now in Arkansas, but look at this. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tornado warnings in Louisiana, and you see all of those arrows moving off to the north and east up to our area over the next little bit. So the environment is very, very ripe for storm development. And over the next several hours, we're going to have to watch this very carefully. Again, we expect the worst of it right here in Memphis between about 3 and 4 p.m. Could be as late as 5. The bottom line is this afternoon and evening, you've got to remain weather aware.
No doubt about it. Excellent point. And yeah, looking down in Louisiana, that is concerning.
Yeah.
Trevor, some of those cells are going to try to at least skirt our southernmost counties within the next couple of hours.
We're right here. So there's Phillips County, Coahoma County is right about there. And you see where these are going right here. And I expect the northern end of that line probably going to get a little stronger as well. So that's definitely concerning because that's going to be moving just like that into an environment that is very ripe for severe weather development.
And one thing that we need to point out also is the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. A watch, which we are under right now, means that tornadoes are possible over the next several hours. Conditions are favorable. No imminent threat right now, but we're watching and the conditions are becoming more favorable. You must monitor the weather. And that's why we're online right now to help you through this watch and kind of explain. And like we said earlier, a tornado warning means that one has been sighted or is about to develop, and you need to seek shelter immediately. Again, first floor of whatever building you're in, away from windows, something to cover your head to protect you because flying debris, that's what normally gets people. And if you're, look, this is another thing I want to point out right now. A lot of people are absolutely freaked out about storms. We're not here to scare you. We're here to be with you and get you through this. And if you listen to us, you're going to be okay. So we're here to get the message out. We're here to tell you where the storms are, where they're going, what you can expect, and what you can do to stay safe. So we'll be providing these tips throughout the afternoon. I do believe once we start to see warnings that this is going to go on for an extended period of time, for hours. And also, guys, another thing I was noticing driving in that is a little, Danielle, can we go back to the radar? Another thing that is a little bit concerning, and you put it on a 300-mile view, just our normal DMA, concerning is sunshine. Saw a few peaks of sun earlier this morning and driving in, and there's also a few holes in the clouds here where these storms are developing. So that is, look, that is not a good sign. But hopefully things won't develop. We've been lucky the last several severe weather episodes that we could have had because it's rained in the morning, rained overnight. Not with this one. That energy is continuing to build, especially down south in Louisiana. So we are here. Know that we will be here through this entire event. We'll be doing additional cut-ins for you. And like I said, just get the message out to your friends and family. If they don't have that app, ABC 24, so helpful on a day like today. And look, if you're going to be running around, make your plans around the weather now. You don't want to be running around at 3 o'clock, 3:30. Get where you need to be within the next hour or two and just stay there until these storms pass over you. Also, plug in your phones, charge those portable batteries in case you lose power. It is already windy out there, so we know those winds are only going to pick up as these storms get closer. But we're watching carefully, and we are here for you, and we'll be here for you as long as there is a threat. Jackson, you can go ahead and end the streaming, and we'll continue to provide you with constant updates.